heard you were back. It's over now.
Not yet. At best, we've won ourselves more time.
Your wounds. What did they do to you?
They caught me and tortured me. It was a close call.
How did you manage to escape?
It would take more than that to destroy me.
And that's a good thing. Stanford is dead. Do you think that will be enough?
Others will come to hunt us. We must be ready. Like prey who have discovered their power. They know they'll be devoured if they lay down their weapons.
So it'll never be over then.
We are partly to blame for this.
You're defending them?
No, but I understand them. Stanford wasn't fighting for his life. He was fighting to save his kind.
Like you.
I was just following orders.
Do you think this is the end of Boston?
Like I said, we've won a reprieve. We must use this time to adapt.
Disappear.
That's up to the prince to decide, not me.
That's not what I was talking about. I meant that feeling you get. Your urge to leave.
I don't think it will ever go away now.
But can the court still count on you? I need you. What are you going to do?
I can't leave the court. There are still many matters that must be attended to. It is my duty to stay and help the prince.
I'm happy to hear that. While you were gone, I saw just how much everyone here needs you.
I'm not staying for them.
The reason doesn't matter. It's the right choice. What's going to happen now?
There are some who decided to play against the others. This must end. There's no way we can win the war if we don't put a stop to the infighting.
And you're in the best position to clean up the court.
You might be right. It might be time for me to get involved in its affairs once again.
What about me? What part will I have in all of it?
You must have some thoughts about it.
I'm tired of waiting. Tonight the prince will give you anything you want. But what about tomorrow? Who knows? Let's seize our chance, Galeb. You want to embrace me, and it's what I want too.
Without the prince's permission?
Berel claimed the only reason you were interested in me was to replace him. Don't let him be right. It's up to you. You need to decide now. What's going to happen to me?
It's time, Feng. You're ready to become one of us.
We had to establish new agreements, forge new alliances, because this is how we strengthen our kind.
I'm leaving.
What? Why?
For far too long now, I've enjoyed a power that I did nothing to earn. I've cut countless lives too short, caused too many incurable ills. As the years go by, I've grown weary of this incessant struggle. It's time for me to see if there's more to our existence.
Is there anything that could change your mind? Many here are counting on you.
I've made up my mind.
That's what I was afraid of. What's going to happen now?
There's a risk that some will try to take advantage of the situation.
Self-destruction like that would be stupid.
With time, immortality gives you the feeling you are all powerful. There are many who forget that our days, too, are numbered.
The illusion of eternity. There are some who do seem to have forgotten indeed. What about me? What part will I have in all of it?
You must have some thoughts about it.
I'm tired of waiting. Tonight the prince will give you anything you want. But what about tomorrow? Let's seize our chance, Galeb. You want to embrace me, and it's what I want too.
Without...
Berel claimed the only reason... It's up to you. What's going to...
It's not my problem anymore.
You can't really believe that.
I'm sorry, Feng.
Sorry about what?
I wanted to thank you. Everything ended well, thanks to you.
It's not over yet.
You're right. But I won't forget what you did on Long Island, and I wanted to make sure you knew it.
Did you have any trouble getting back to Boston?
The hound you unleashed made things a lot easier. I was nothing next to him. I got off easier than you did.
I'll recover.
As always. Now that we're both safely free of that mess, I have a question for you. It's about Feng.
Oh, you're interested in my opinion now? Or are you afraid of how the prince will react?
You said it yourself. There's no point in repeating past mistakes.
I can't make any promises, but I'll put in a word for you.
Thank you. With your help, my head should stay planted on my shoulders a little while longer.
That all depends on you.
I know I embraced Feng for the wrong reasons. But we also need to discuss her future. You brought her here, so the choice is yours to make. What are we going to do with her?
You embraced her. She's no longer my responsibility. Make sure that she serves the interests of the Camarilla as best she can.
I will.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not at all. You've come at just the right time. We'll be done in just a moment.
You made it back in one piece, Galeb.
We carry success in our blood. He's the reason we're all still standing here tonight.
I'm not sure.
I would have liked to tear Stanford apart myself.
He was fighting for his kind, just as I was. He deserves more respect than that.
He's dead now. Now we can focus on the future.
What do you have in mind?
We need to recover from this attack and make sure it won't happen again. We'll have our hands full. Who knows? Maybe we'll have ourselves a good old witch hunt or a turf war. For someone who knows how to manipulate their pawns, it's the perfect way to increase their influence.
It sounds like you've got it all planned out.
Oh, nothing set in stone yet, but I see new opportunities that are going to take shape, and I'm not going to sit idly by and watch them slip away. You're the one who taught me that. Have you forgotten?
That was long ago. Many things have changed since then.
So, you're still part of this world.
That's not for you to decide.
You still have a part to play, my dear sire. It's up to you to choose whether you'll be sitting in the front row or standing in the back. What are you planning to do now?
I can't leave the court. It is my duty to stay and help the prince.
You haven't changed.
We'll see about that.
We had to establish new agreements, forge new alliances, because this is how we strengthen our kind.
I wanted to thank you. Everything ended well, thanks to you.
It's not over yet.
You're right. But I won't forget what you did on Long Island, and I wanted to make sure you knew it.
Did you have any trouble getting back to Boston?
The hound you unleashed made things a lot easier. I was nothing next to him. I got off easier than you did.
I'll recover.
As always. Now that we're both safely free of that mess, I have a question for you. It's about Feng.
Are you really that interested in her?
It would be a lie to pretend otherwise. She would be a precious asset for my business. I know you didn't plan for things to go like this, and it would be legitimate for you to get rid of her now. But think of everything she's worth, the things she could do. What are we going to do with her?
My plans for her haven't changed. It's high time she became one of us.
As you wish.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not at all. You've come at just the right time. We'll be done in just a moment.
I'm relieved to see you back here, Galeb.
You don't know him as well as I do, otherwise you wouldn't be so surprised. He's the reason we're all still standing here tonight.
Thank you, Berel.
I would have liked to tear Stanford apart myself.
He might have been mortal, but he was able to resist our power.
He didn't resist you for long.
We all could have gone up in flames.
It's all ancient history now. Now we can focus on the future.
What do you have in mind?
We need to recover from this attack and make sure it won't happen again. We'll have our hands full. Who knows? Maybe we'll have ourselves a good old witch hunt or a turf war. For someone who knows how to manipulate their pawns, it's the perfect way to increase their influence.
It almost sounds like you find all of this amusing.
I'm looking forward to my future profits, that's all. You used to enjoy it too, once upon a time.
That was long ago. Many things have changed since then.
So, you're still part of this world.
That's not for you to decide.
You still have a part to play, my dear sire. It's up to you to choose whether you'll be sitting in the front row or standing in the back. What are you planning to do now?
I can't leave the court. It is my duty to stay and help the prince.
You haven't changed.
We'll see about that.
You here? How extraordinarily rare. To what do I owe the honor?
Enough, Berel. Did you speak with Feng?
I'm not one to keep an eye on the comings and goings of your retainers.
Did you speak to her?
So much fuss about nothing.
You know very well what she is to me, and what she'll be soon.
If the prince authorizes it...
It's only a matter of time.
I sincerely hope so. I ran into her recently, it's true, but we hardly said a word to one another.
Stop it right now. I know you saw Feng. Right here. I already told you not to speak to her again.
Come again?
Don't try to deny it. You spoke to her.
Fine, she came here. I don't see what the problem is.
What exactly is driving you?
Unlike you, I don't try to control the lives of those around me. Feng still enjoys a certain degree of freedom, doesn't she, to choose whom she sees? We ran into each other by accident, and we didn't speak for long.
I know you all too well, Berel. Strings being pulled from the shadows is your trademark. You sought her out. You're trying to get something from her.
Parts of the old you still linger. I'm impressed with everything you're juggling. I'm almost flattered. It's been such a long time since you've paid any attention to me.
The show is for Feng, not you.
Let's say you're right, and I'm the one who is behind our little meeting. I really don't see the harm in it.
It's not your business to understand.
I'd really like to, though. I just wanted to give her some advice, to help guide her through this brave, dangerous new world. When it comes to that, I don't think you're doing enough. Am I mistaken?
You needn't worry. She's been introduced to everyone. I don't intend to leave her defenseless among the drooling predators skulking in the corners. And she might just surprise you.
I'm sure she will.
She's worth far more than your estimations.
Is she worth more than me?
Are you sure you want an answer to that?
All right, all right. I never took you for the fatherly sort. But I guess anyone at any age is vulnerable to the winds of change. Your concern for Feng is to your credit. It really is. However, I can't help making comparisons with my own past experiences.
You shouldn't.
It was long ago, I admit. But I'm still your only child.
You're jealous.
I'm not jealous. Although I do regret the unfortunate turn our relationship has taken. I'm worried about Feng, honestly. You would worry too if you were in my shoes. I just want to make sure she doesn't go through the same thing I did. The crushing weight of disappointment. The distance. The disdain.
Berel, I'm sorry. I made a mistake with you.
A mistake? What, pray tell, did you ever do to make things go awry? You dropped me in a hornet's nest and left me to dodge the stings. I've been nothing but alone from the very start.
I...
You gave up, Galeb. And did you ever once consider fixing your mistake?
That's why I'm doing things differently with Feng. I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Ah, such eloquence, which never ceases to surprise me. You've always wielded words with such deadly skill. But there is one small detail it seems you have forgotten. You won't be there for her much longer.
What?
Think about it. You're the oldest person in this city now. It gnaws at you like it does all the elders. You can feel it inside you, and it will grow and grow until you finally give in. How long do you think it will be before you leave too?
I'd weigh your words. One might think you actually want me gone.
Far be it from me to want that.
Yet you seem so eager to replace me, even purring up to Feng. That doesn't seem like a very loyal attitude to have.
I won't let you question my loyalty.
Then do something to prove it. Then we'll talk.
Actually, if I understand you right, and I think I do, we're of the same mind. With a few minor differences.
Is that so?
We both want what's best for Feng. So then why can't I see her?
It's quite simple. Either you do what I say, or I'll take more radical measures.
There's no need for that. I'm sure we can find common ground.
You don't come near Feng again, and I won't tear you limb from limb.
I was thinking of something a little more...
It's non-negotiable.
I see. I'll have to settle for that.
You'd better.
I just wanted to make sure she knew what she was doing here. I didn't think you'd react like this.
You didn't think I'd find out.
Don't turn this into a witch trial. If I've acted badly, it was with good intentions. But I've heard your message loud and clear. I'll bear it in mind.
Just keep your distance, and everything will be fine.
Yes, you've made yourself very clear.
One more thing. A little bird told me about your operations in South America.
My dear sire, for someone I thought had no interest in business, you're remarkably well informed.
Nothing can stay hidden from the court forever.
Where's the harm in it?
Your actions have consequences for the Camarilla that you haven't considered. You could endanger the Masquerade. Don't you think you should speak to the prince about it?
I don't see how my personal business concerns her. She's already having enough trouble getting us out of this mess she's dragged us into.
You hold her responsible for this?
She's in charge, isn't she? She hosted the party. It's only natural to hold her accountable, isn't it?
If the court were to hear what you just said...
Ha! Do you really think I'm the only one who thinks this? You'd best be going.
I wasn't planning on staying, be sure of that.
It's been a pleasure. Please excuse me if I don't see you out.
I hope he understood this time. He won't get another warning.
Galeb! I'm so... Wouldn't just leave me here, would you?
You did.
It's your right. You never knew. You never thought for 1 second about what your actions would imply.
I did my best.
It wasn't enough. I felt so insignificant compared to you. I was nothing but your plaything. It's not surprising the prince won't let you take another child.
You certainly aren't an argument in favor of it.
You, Galeb, are responsible for what I have become.
I certainly am at least partly to blame.
Come on! Open up! I don't want to stay here and descend into madness! I can feel it clawing at my guts. I don't want to go feral.
You already are. It's in our nature.
You and your fucking philosophical games!
I've already told you, we are monsters. We may put on clothes and disguise our deathly pallor. As long as we've had our fill of blood.
Oh, it's...
I don't have time for your accusations.
Then what are you waiting for?
Farewell, Berel.
Galeb! Don't leave me here! Don't! Please, Galeb! No!
I should have rid myself of him a long time ago.